Aw, that's a good harmony. I've never noticed, all the times I've heard this, I've never noticed the low brass. I think it's a French horn maybe, or maybe low synth. I can't tell for sure, but there's a low harmony in that first part. It's really good. You can kind of hear it here. And then it resolves on the one. That's good. I love it. Happy Ace Attorney Day. Well, one of them anyway. Welcome back to Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. The end of Turnabout Goodbyes today. I'm really stoked. This is a great case. I'll be sad to see it go. Like, I can replay. I am going to replay it whenever I want, but it, you know, it's special. Yeah, I'm really excited. So last time we found out that the boat, well, first the boat caretaker most likely committed the murder that we're defending Edgeworth for currently, and his real name seems to be Yanni Yogi. We're also trying to figure out what happened during DL6. Edgeworth seems to think he killed his father, which is rough. But Phoenix is like, Edgeworth didn't fucking do it. My man would never. God, they're so... and then Von Karma tased us and took a lot of our evidence. But Maya managed to get a little bit. Save a little bit. So, we're going into the trial. Oh boy. Let's go. Yippee! Yahoo! Oh god. I don't know if I'm ready to do all these voices, actually. This is it. Hey, Beatrice! Welcome. Hi. Your comment made me laugh really hard. I was like, oh my god, I'm so stupid. Yogi Bear is so much more, like, culturally obvious, I think. Okay, this is it. Judgment Day. Today, things are going to get settled at last. A lot of things. Nick be like, Bae? My bae would never. I'm the one in the relationship. I'm the one that would kill somebody. Edward's like, I have a lot of questions. What? What's the big idea?
Sorry, Nick. I only touched your shoulder. I guess the shock hasn't worn off from my run-in with the stun gun yesterday. Anyhow, today's the last day of the trial. Good luck, Nick.
Yeah, thanks, Maya. Edward's like watching them like, oh my god. You grew up with the bear. Yeah, I mean, me too. That's the thing, right? Like, Yogi T and what a yogi is something that is like much more new to me than Yogi Bear, but apparently not as significant in my brain. Edward is looking glum as always. I hope Von Karma doesn't push him too hard. I think we're too late for that. Whoa! Whoa! What are you doing?
I'm sorry! I just thought I'd chew you up with a pat on the back.
Maya, maybe you should go outside and discharge?
Right, good idea.
Try not to electrocute anyone on your way out. Whoa! Yeah, pal! What's gotten into that girl? Detective Gumshoe. Morning, Mr. Edgeworth. Good morning. How did it go, Detective? Whoa! Hi, Tetra. Have no fear. As promised, I have captured our runaway caretaker. I just brought him in. Took all night, pal. Thanks, Detective Gumshoe. You must be tired. Actually, after that shock I got on the way in, I feel pretty good. Yogi says he's forgotten his own name. But that has to be a lie. Why would he want revenge on Edgeworth if he couldn't remember his past? He does remember, and I'm going to prove it.
Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Miles Edgeworth. And Edgeworth, I can't talk.
I added Mr. in so many times, like it feels right that there should be a Mr. or Ms. or Miss, like in these situations, but the defense is ready, Your Honor. Hey, bitch.
The prosecution is ready.
Oh, okay. Right, very well. We have reached the final day of our proceedings in this trial. I ask the prosecution to submit decisive evidence.
Understood.
Come on, don't be awed into silence by every little thing he says.
Very well, Mr. Von Karma, your opening statement.
Right. Thanks to Detective Gumshoe's efforts, the boat rental shop caretaker has been arrested. In yesterday's trial, the defense asserted that the caretaker was the murderer. However, the caretaker has yet to confirm this. I would like to ask the defense to cross-examine him as much as necessary.
Very well. Please bring the witness into the courtroom.
This song's bop. I know I say that like every time we get to this, but... Oh, it's so good.
Ladies and gentlemen of the court, I believe you all remember our witness. He lives in the boat rental shop on the lake from where he witnessed the incident.
Hi, Nim! I hope you're feeling okay. I checked your weather this morning. Doesn't look great.
In addition, he has currently lost memory of his name and identity.
Witness, why did you run away yesterday?
The witness was not running away, as he will now testify.
Oh, I see. Very well, please begin your testimony.
Go. Oh, what? I always have to like kind of think about what's where I know what the voice is, it's like, where does it come from in my body? I'm really sorry about just leaving yesterday like I did, but I wasn't running away or nothing. I went to buy some food for Polly, see? I figured I got nothing to do with this incident anyhow. I mean, I need one of those motive things, right? And I don't got one. So my testimony yesterday stands as is. Okay, I'm sorry to make it about Spiritfarer again, but hear me out. I've been playing Spiritfarer, and there's a few, because of the lazy part of the brain. I saw lazy, and my brain just went to Lazy Town. And then all the dots connected, and I got to, it's a piece of cake to bake a pretty cake.
If the way is hazy, you gotta do the cooking by the book. You know you can't be lazy. Never use a messy recipe.
Caitlin, crazy. If you do the cooking by the book, then you'll have a break it down, bitch. Let me see you back it up. Anyway, like his whole dementia thing. It's represented so well in Spiritfarer. Like truly, I'm kind of mad no one recommended this game to me sooner. Like did not force it into my hands, but I'm glad I'm playing it. I'm also glad I'm playing it as I am, or when I am rather. It's really good. I've probably got like, I don't know, maybe like another 5 or 6 hours left of it. Pretty excited to see the ending.
Very well. Let's begin the cross-examination, shall we?
He has to know his name. Yanni Yogi. You're Yanni Yogi, and I'm going to prove it. bitch. A lot of what Phoenix says could like follow with bitch. You started it today? Oh, yippee! What do you think so far? Really sorry. I'd call what you did running away and not just leaving. You heard Larry's testimony and realized you were in danger.
Now, Mr. Wright, there's no need to rush to conclusions.
Figured out why your sheep were eating your crops? Oh yeah? You must be pretty far already.
As I said, the witness was not running away. Listen to the testimony.
He sure seems relaxed. In fact, they both do. Von Karma and Yanni Yogi. Or is it Yanni? You need a corral for each sheep. Nar. No way. I'm like almost done with this game and I did not know that. That's so funny. I wondered why there was only one in the thing. Well, it's too late now. I'm barely growing any crops at this point, so. Then why did you leave?
He's just about to say why. Is it so hard for you to just quietly listen when someone is talking?
If I sat quietly, Edgeworth would be guilty in 3 minutes. It's so good. What spirits have you met so far? Food? Well, Polly is a bit of a gourmand, you see. She only eats these high-quality bird pellets from France. They only have them in the big pet shop downtown. But you weren't arrested until this morning. Why didn't you go back to the caretaker's shack? Well, I kind of got lost, you see.
The witness has trouble remembering things sometimes. When the police apprehended him, he was on his way back to the shack.
Just the first 3? Okay. Yeah, right. Nice try, Von Karma. No one's going to believe that. I see. So he was lost. Please, Your Honor, come to your senses. Listen, all old people know each other. Something. Hey, hold on, I'm taking off my sweatshirt. Too warm. Yeah. I assume by the first 3 you mean Gwen, Atul, and Summer. You've lost much of your memory. Is that correct?
Yep. Seems like it.
Then how could you know that you don't... Then how could you know that you didn't have anything to do with this incident? Or maybe you're lying about not having your memory, You know exactly who you are.
The witness has testified quite clearly that he has no memory of who he is. If you claim he's lying, then show the court proof.
How am I supposed to prove what's going on in that old codger's head? That's impossible.
I'm glad you've come to your senses, Mr. Wright. Very well, witness. Please continue.
Yeah, I mean, some of them you have to do a lot to pick up. It's really, they do such a good job of not keeping the game, like, from getting stale. Like, just when you think you figured out a pattern to everything, something will change. How can you say you had no motive? I say you do. You had a grudge against Edgeworth and the victim, Robert Hammond. That's why you took revenge on them, right?
Please don't make me repeat myself, Mr. Wright. This witness has no memory of anything beyond several years ago.
Define several.
He can't hold a grudge. It's impossible.
I have to prove he's lying about his memory. How is he filing taxes? Otherwise, it's going to be the same thing over and over until the trial ends.
Might I say something, Mr. Wright?
Yes. Yes, Your Honor.
You've been saying the same thing now over and over. You've been calling the witness's memory of the past or lack thereof into question. But does this really have anything to do with the current case?
Of course, Your Honor. The witness has said that he has nothing to do with this case and no motive. Both of these statements are lies.
Order! Order! Mr. Wright, there's a serious problem with your claim? Or are you saying you know who this witness is?
Of course, Your Honor.
Oh, now this is interesting. I would like to know myself. So, who is he?
Don't play dumb, Von Karma.
Mr. Wright, please tell us this witness's name.
Gregory Edgeworth. Can you imagine? His name is Yanni Yogi, a former court bailiff. Whenever Phoenix or Edgeworth does the point, like, I can't help but do it as well, because I'm like, yeah, fuck you. When I was playing this with my parents, I would also, like, I stood up while we were doing it, because I was like, that's a long time to sit down. We played for long stretches, and I was standing behind the couch, and so, like, the back of the couch was, like, my table where I, like, put my hand, like, because you do, like, when you're acting it and you don't have the restriction of, like, the mic peaking and you have, like, full body movement. It's Yogi the bear. You want to slap things and you do want to point and do things. And my mom didn't get it, but then she played Von Karma and she's like, okay, yeah, I get it. And then my parents just started doing the little, like, finger waggle thing, which was very funny. Glad that connected with the boomers in the room.
Yogi, that name seems familiar. Oh, Yanni Yogi, from the DL6 incident.
It figures the judge would have heard of it. It was such a famous case.
But what does this mean?
Your Honor, if this man is Mr. Yogi, then he has a clear motive.
Jumping to conclusions again, Mr. Wright. This witness is Yanni Yogi. Fascinating. However, how do you propose to prove this to the court? This is a court of law, as you may recall. You need proof. And allow me to repeat once more that the witness has lost his memory.
This is it. I have to do this now. If I can't prove he's Yogi right here, right now, then I've got nowhere else to go.
Nick! How are you going to prove it? How can you prove that he's Yanni Yogi?
It's okay. It's actually quite simple. Your Honor, please take this man's fingerprints. Then we'll compare them to the fingerprints on file for Yanni Yogi 15 years ago.
I see. That makes sense.
Huh?
I'm so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright.
Why?
The witness has no fingerprints.
What? What? No fingerprints?
Yeah, you see, before I worked as a caretaker, I worked at a chemical plant. I burned my fingers working with the stuff, yup.
What? Yogi, you sneak. You burned your fingerprints off to hide your past.
Well, if the witness has no fingerprints, I guess you will not be able to prove his identity.
No.
Well, what will you do, Mr. Wright? It seems that the case has been decided, no?
No. I know what happened. I know every, and I'm always saying that. I know everything. I just can't prove it. But no, I can't let it end like this. I can't lose. There has to be another way.
There is no one who can testify as to who this witness is. No one.
Nick, what are we gonna do?
I didn't even consider that he might have erased his fingerprints. What do?
Well, Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to cross-examine his parrot for a little comic relief.
Yeah, very funny. You're a sore winner, Von Karma. Wait a second. Cross-examine his parrot?
What is it, Nick? No, you're not going to.
Your Honor, the defense would like to take Mr. Von Karma up on his proposal. This is so... The defense would like to take Mr. Von Karma up on his proposal.
Take Mr. Von Karma up on my proposal.
Exactly, Your Honor. I would like to cross-examine the witness's pet parrot. Yeah. Parrot emoji.
Order! Order! Well, what do you think, Mr. Von Karma?
Imagine being the judge and you go home that day and your like wife or whoever you're living with asks you like, oh, how was your day?
You aren't going to fucking believe this.
Edgeworth is like, I'm going to jail. I'm going to jail. Gumshoe, I don't say this often, but it's been a pleasure working with you. Like he's like writing his will.
Need you even ask? This is a farce. I object.
Nuh-uh.
The fuck you mean, nuh-uh?
Wait a second. You were the one who suggested I cross-examine the parrot, Von Karma. Oh, how about that? I have a right to do as you suggested. He's like, this bitch crazy.
Well, if you're so desperate, then please, be my guest.
Hell yeah.
How, of course. Should you go through with this, and nothing comes of it, then I hope you're ready for the consequences.
Nick, this is crazy! You're crazy!
Well, still want to go through with your little game?
Yeah, fuck yeah, dude. Let the parrot take the stand. I will cross-examine her, Your Honor. Von Karma would be like, yeah, I didn't want you to.
This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard.
Von Karma's rigged every person's testimony. Every piece of evidence. Except the parrot. She's my last chance. At least, I think so.
Bring in the parrot.
I don't know if y'all have ever heard of or have watched Joseph Anderson, but Joseph Anderson's playthrough of this game, when I see the parrot take the stand like that, I just immediately hear his laughter in my head. He's so funny. Also, fun fact, Wrightworth is like the first gay ship he got really invested in, which is so funny.
That's quite a bird. Please tell us your name. Name. The witness is ignoring me.
It must hurt to be ignored by a bird.
Very well, witness. Who is your owner? Please, testify for us.
This is the best part of this game.
Hello! Ah!
Oh man, you tell him, Paul.
Certainly the most concise testimony we've had so far. Very well, begin your cross-examination.
Right.
What are you going to do, Nick?
I don't know. I don't know. What do we do, Maya?
Homie.
All these voices come from the same place. Okay. Really fast. I do want to go through our evidence because I feel like we haven't. Erstwhile companion. Okay. 1228, 2001. Mercury, 35. Oof. Oof. Oh. It's fine. I'm fine. Murder weapon fired twice. Interesting. 37. With the Edgeworths when we lost it. Okay. Okay. And then, yeah, just that. Okay. Anyway. He was so young and Miles so small. It hurts. Like, it's crazy, me being in my 30s, thinking about dying at that age, and like my brother also having died in his 30s very suddenly. Like, you know, younger people, and by this I mean like teenagers, early 20s, they seem to think that 20 or like 30s is like old. It's really not. The only part of me that genuinely feels old, besides like the parts affected by society being bad, is my body, and that is not because so much that I'm old. Some of it is, but some of it is just white trash genes. And like, honestly, my 30s have been a lot better than my 20s. Bar was on the ground, but like, it's significant. I have much better friends. I feel like I'm in a community more. Like, I like where I live, I like what I'm doing, you know, as much as I complain. Being in your 30s is still rather young. Your 20s are honestly just continued adolescence, except now you have some more rights, which is terrifying. And you're expected to know what the fuck you're doing, which is crazy. Anyway, all I'm saying is I agree, like 35 is young. I don't consider people getting old until they're like in their 60s, because even 50s can be young. If you're taking good care of yourself, like mentally. Youth is wasted on the young. Not my quote, but it's true. Witness! You can't just say hello and expect us to get anywhere. I want you to testify. Maya, you talk to her.
Right. What do I say?
As I recall, 2 days ago. I don't think we know anything about his mom.
Polly, have we forgotten something? Don't forget EL6.
If I can get Polly to say that here, that will prove that the caretaker had something to do with DL6.
Polly, have we forgotten something? Hello. That's not what you're supposed to say. Forgot. Something we forgot. Hello. Uh-oh, it's not working, Nick. She won't say it.
This is ridiculous. Why won't she say it?
Something the matter, Mr. Wright?
Wait. Don't tell me Von Karma expected this. He couldn't have retrained the parrot. Could he? Who's crazier? Phoenix cross-examining the parrot, or Von Karma predicting that he wants to cross-examine the parrot and going so far as to retrain the fucking parrot in case it comes up? Discuss. I'm not saying Phoenix isn't fucking insane, but like, it takes two to tango. Did he train her not to respond when we asked if we'd forgotten anything? Okay. Yeah. Want you to testify. What should I say? What's the name? Maybe I should get her to say her name.
Polly, what's your name? Polly.
Von Karma, because he knew. He's so fucking paranoid, yeah.
Mr. Wright, I think we've established that this parrot is named Polly. Does this have anything to do with her owner's identity?
Of course it does. Yes, it does.
Fascinating. You claim that the parrot's name will prove her owner's identity. Then show us this proof.
Nick, don't you think you're taking the bluffing a little too far?
Listen, shut up. We're not here. Everybody shut up for a second. We're not here to answer the question of who is the caretaker. We're here to prove that he is Yanni Yogi. All we have to do is tie the name Polly to Yogi. Your Honor, the proof that the parrot's name reveals the caretaker's identity is the DL6 file.
The DL6 case file.
I agree with Von Karma. Phoenix does think spontaneously, yeah.
That's quite a large file you have there. Which page is this proof on, then?
It's 3 pages. Can you not read 3 pages? You're so smart.
Show us or stop wasting our time.
Very well. Mr. Wright, please show us the page. It was on the 3rd page.
Where in this file is the information connected to this parrot's name?
The suspect. It's on the suspect data page. This page has all the information about Yanni Yogi. Right after he was arrested, his fiancée committed suicide. See?
Indeed, it does say that, yes.
What was his fiancée's name?
Polly Jenkins. Polly!
Exactly, Your Honor. He wanted to remember the name of his fiancée who had committed suicide. And a bird would definitely live that long. Birds live to be like 40 or something, right? Sometimes older, depending on the breed. That's why he named his parrot after her.
I see. I guess that is possible.
Bah, a mere coincidence, that's all. My granddaughter has a dog she calls Phoenix. Well, Mr. Phoenix Wright, does this make you my granddaughter's fiancé? She's only 7 years old.
He retrained the parrot, poor Polly. And his fiancé, yeah. I feel like he's lying about the Phoenix, the dog thing.
Indeed. Alone, it is a little weak for evidence in a murder trial. We would need some other corroborating evidence.
Where am I going to find that? It depends on the bird, but yes, parrots I believe had the longest lifespan. Yeah.
Nick, we're getting closer. One more. If we can just get one more piece of evidence.
Right. But what?
Very well, witness. You may continue.
Oh, Polly. Yeah. I want you to testify. Maybe I'll get her to say the number of that safe.
Huh? The safe? Why?
Let's just try to get her to say anything, okay?
Polly, what was the number to the safe in the shack? 1228. 1228. My, what about this parrot? Well, Mr. Wright, you aren't claiming that this number has something to do with the caretaker.
Actually, it does. Do you know what today's fucking date is, Your Honor? Do you know what today is? When you woke up this morning, did you look at the calendar? Did you look at your phone? Did you look at anything? Did you look at your schedule and go, oh, it's, December 28th. I have this thing I have to do at 10 a.m. Actually, it does. That's why I had her say it.
Ridiculous. How can the number to a safe tell us who the caretaker is? Show us your proof. What could possibly link this number to the caretaker's true identity?
It's DL6.
The DL6 case file. What is this obsession you have with that case?
Mr. Wright, where in this file is something relating to that safe number?
It's on the case summary page.
The case summary?
Specifically, the date on which the DL6 incident occurred. Also today.
The date of the incident? December 28th. Why, that's today's date. 15 years ago.
And the number on that safe is 1228.
Ah!
He used the date of the DL6 incident as the number for his safe, Your Honor. That's how important that date was to him.
I see. It certainly is an interesting coincidence. People do often set their secret numbers to dates.
Bah. This is not tangible proof. I set my ATM's card number to 0001 because I'm number 1. This has nothing to do with a date. Nothing.
His wallet falls out and Maya snatches it up. Bye!
That's enough. I think we've reached a conclusion here.
This is a mere coincidence, that's all.
True. That is a possibility. However, two coincidences at the same time seem more like a pattern to me.
What are you saying?
Summon the caretaker of the boat shop. Immediately.
Wah wah. Sucks to suck. I'm just saving.
Witness, tell us your name.
Wait. This witness, he doesn't remember.
No, it's okay. I've accomplished what I wanted to do. I'm done.
Nick, he looks totally different.
This is the real Yogi, I think. Finally. He's been acting feeble to hide his true identity. Acting for 15 years. Hand this man his fucking Oscar.
Well, let me ask you again. Please state your name for the court.
Yani Yogi, Nie Huaisang shaking hands.
My name is Yadi Yogi. 15 years ago, I served as a bailiff in this very court.
Order! Order! Yadi Yogi! So was it you who killed Robert Hammond? And tried to frame Miles Edgeworth for his death?
Yes, it was me. I did it.
Not even DiCaprio went that hard.
They put me on the witness stand 15 years ago. Robert Hammond, he said I was mentally unsound. He told me they would make me innocent, get me off the hook. So, I pretended to have brain damage. I was innocent really, but he didn't believe me. We won the trial, but I lost everything. I lost my job, my fiancé, my social standing.
How old are you again? $52, and then he was younger than you too. Wow.
Then this year, 15 years later, a package arrived. It was a letter and a pistol. The plan was written out in careful detail. It was a plan for me to take my revenge on the people who ruined my life. I didn't care who had sent it. I thought this was my chance. After 15 years, this was it.
Poor Yogi Bear.
Finally, a chance to have my revenge on Robert Hammond and Miles Edgeworth. I have no regrets.
Wait a moment. Revenge? Against Miles Edgeworth? What do you mean?
I'm not at liberty to speak on that matter. Why don't you ask Mr. Edgeworth yourself? Anyway, I admit it. I was the one who killed Robert Hammond.
Von Karma, where is Mr. Yogi?
Under arrest, Your Honor. I saw no room for error in his confession.
Then, the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, is
Innocent. In this case, at least.
very well. Will the defendant please take the stand?
Phoenix, like, gesturing to Miles Edgeworth, like, do not say anything. Shut up. Keep your lips sealed. Shh. Don't. Zip. Across the courtroom.
There are a few mysteries left unsolved. Still, you are cleared of suspicion for this particular case. So I would like to pass judgment on the murder of Mr. Robert Hammond. Any objections?
I don't believe it. Why isn't Von Karma saying anything? Because he found an even more permanent way to get rid of Miles Edgeworth.
Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth, hot milky. That is all. This court is adjourned.
Phoenix is like, shut up. Shut up. Don't say anything. Shh. God fucking damn it. Stupid. God fucking damn. Edgeworth. Shut up. Shut up.
Did someone just say objection?
It wasn't Von Karma. Wait, but that means... No. Edgeworth?
Your Honor, I object to your judgment.
What do you mean?
I'm not innocent at all. As we have heard, Yani Yogi killed Robert Hammond in revenge. But revenge for what?
God damn it, Mouse, we're going to be...
Nick! Edgeworth is trying to confess! He's going to say he's guilty! He's going to tell them he was the murderer in the DL6 incident! Reel in your boyfriend! He's going to tell them he killed his own dad!
Uh-oh. What do I do? You stop him? The judgment has already been passed. I object to Edgeworth's outburst.
Fuck. Didn't something like this happen yesterday, too? I believe a certain witness raised an objection after a guilty verdict was passed.
That would be Larry.
We must hear this new statement. We must hear Miles Edgeworth.
He's right. We have a duty to hear Mr. Edgeworth out.
This guy. This guy. Sorry, I'm saving a lot. I'm always afraid my Switch is gonna crash. I never know. When I was playing Spiritfarer earlier, I was like, no, actually, I wasn't playing Spiritfarer. What was I thinking about? No, I was thinking about this game, actually. I was thinking about this game, and then the fact that the Apollo Justice trilogy has also come out for Switch, and I'm thinking, like, this is what the Switch hardware was more meant for. Not, like, fucking Tears of the Kingdom and shit, you know? So, certainly not either Somnium Files or Nirvana Initiative. It's crazy.
For 15 years, I have had a recurring dream. A nightmare. It's only a nightmare. That's what I told myself. But now I know it wasn't a dream. Yanni Yogi wasn't the killer.
You mean in the incident where your father died?
From the distance of the shot, it wasn't suicide either. Everything was as clear as day. The murderer, the criminal in the DL6 incident. It was me. Your Honor, I confess my guilt. I am guilty for DL6, the statute of limitations of which ends today. The culprit is me.
Order! Order! This is certainly unexpected. The defendant declared innocent is confessing to a different crime. A crime for which the statute of limitations runs out today. I'm not really sure how I should deal with this.
Bah.
This wouldn't have happened if someone was willing to cuddle with another someone.
Bah. It's obvious. We hold a trial. Right here, right now. We try this man for his crime of 15 years ago.
I think I would like to take a 5-minute recess. During this time, I will consider the appropriate course of action to take. Court is adjourned.
God damn it, Edgeworth. I do love that he does this though, because like this whole time, right? Phoenix has believed that Edgeworth is like a good person, even though he's like acting a bitch, you know? He's being such a brat. He's being, you know, he's updated autopsy report, you know, like he's pulling all these things, trying to pull the rug out from under Phoenix the second he meets him again. Acting just a fool. And Phoenix is still just like, I believe he's a good person. He would never do something like this. And so it's testament to the fact that Phoenix is not just like making shit up, because the second Miles realizes like, oh, I think I'm guilty, he confesses it and is willing to like take, you know, at least life in prison probably with their court system. Most likely the death penalty. Like, Phoenix isn't completely talking out of his ass. He's not completely blinded. Because he is a good person. I think Edgeworth is blinded to the fact that he is still a good person deep down. It's just so real.
I'm sorry, Wright. I've just wasted all of your effort. Mr. Edgeworth, I just don't believe it, sir. I mean, you kill your dad. I didn't want to believe it myself, detective, but it's the truth. I deserve to be punished. Murder is murder, no matter what the circumstances. This is crazy. Just crazy.
Nick? What are you doing?
Huh? Oh, I was just reading through the court record once more. I'm getting my case ready.
Your case? For what?
Huh? Isn't it obvious? I'm going to prove that Miles Edgeworth is innocent.
Oh. What are you talking about, pal? He just admitted to it. He confessed that he did it in court.
I'm sorry, Edgeworth, but I don't believe your nightmare. What? It's just a dream. It's not real. The truth is right here in this court record. In any case, tighten your belts. The real fight is just beginning. Okay, so without saying who these characters are, that part where he goes, I don't believe your dream, it's not real, is such an interesting parallel to a couple of characters from the House of Fata Morgana, where one of them is like, I can hear the witch, and then the other character is like, she's not real! She's not real! But that ends up, differently. Like, I'm just saying, the AU, it's there. I'll prove you're innocent. Trust me. Right.
Now then, I would like to resume our trial.
Judge, Miles Edgeworth has admitted his own guilt. He has confessed his crime. Let us begin by hearing his testimony. Then, though pointless, let the defense do their cross-examining. The statute of limitations on the DL6 incident runs out today. Though it's unconventional for me, I'd like to run this one by the book.
I see. Does the defense have any objections?
No, Your Honor. Von Karma, you knew this was going to happen from the very beginning, didn't you? Yeah, Beatrice, because the character who's like, I can hear the witch, has a lot in common with Edgeworth. And Phoenix has a lot in common with the other one, personality-wise especially. Just saying.
Just saying. Very well. Will Miles Edgeworth take the stand?
Not even a please?
Will the witness state his name and profession? Miles Edgeworth. I am a prosecuting attorney. Wrong voice. Mr. Edgeworth. 15 years ago you mistakenly killed your father, Gregory Edgeworth. Is this correct?
It is correct.
Then testify about this matter to the court.
When Edgeworth was telling me about his dream yesterday, I noticed something. One detail didn't quite fit. That will be the key, but only if I can get it to work.
Please, please.
Oh, Maya! Maya appreciates fucking Beatrice, what if I told you I have a whole fanfic planned out?
That day, I had gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials. As we went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. My father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. Just then, something heavy fell at my feet. I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting. A moment later, there was a single gunshot and then a scream. It was a terrible scream. I remember it to this day. That's all.
Yeah, like, Maya does see them, but, like, she also, like, gets, I think Maya, and Phoenix will hate this, I think Maya gets Edgeworth in a way that Phoenix doesn't. And, like, can't. Because Maya's lost someone important to her and feels that it's her fault with her mother. And with her sister. So, Phoenix, we don't know anything about his family. but apparently nothing exciting. Not enough to matter, right? And so I think Maya really genuinely like took like collected Edgeworth into her little like there yosh. Give me the... I've only written like 3 chapters of this fanfic, by the way. Yeah, exactly.
And until now, you thought this memory was a dream.
Like, Phoenix probably has some survivor's guilt regarding Mia as well, but that wasn't his sister. It's different. It's really different.
We were stuck in that elevator for 5 hours. The oxygen in the elevator ran out, and I lost my memory of the events.
The same claim Mr. Yogi has made. Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please.
Yes, Your Honor. What was the trial your father was involved in on that day?
I don't remember things clearly. Only 2 things. I know my father lost, and Mr. Von Karma was the prosecuting attorney.
Mr. Von Karma, you were handling that case.
It was 15 years ago. I don't remember the details.
That was when Edgeworth pointed out the problem in Von Karma's evidence. Gregory Edgeworth, that is. So there were 3 people, including yourself, trapped in that elevator?
Yes. Myself, my father, and Yaniyoki.
You do not look guilty.
We were fine at first, but then as time passed and no one came to help.
What did you do then?
I was a 9-year-old boy at the time. What could I do? I was scared, trembling in the corner. But then...
Man, I don't want to get, like... I don't want to get too psychoanalytical about Miles Edgeworth today and how much I relate to him, but, like, I really find him so relatable in the way that he also just kind of, like... I feel like he separates himself from his childhood self a lot. And that's very common, I think, with people who have tremendous amounts of childhood trauma. Man. He feels so real. I'm just so mad that, I mean, I guess it worked out in the end, but, like, it's so crazy that the first time I was introduced to this character was not the correct way. What was it?
A pistol. I assumed it was the bailiff Yaniyogi's. The safety must have come off when it fell from his holster.
That's a shitty pistol, then.
And you picked it up. What happened next?
Did you know it was a pistol when you threw it?
I think I knew. I knew it was dangerous. But the air was getting so thick, I panicked.
So you're saying that you threw the pistol at Mr. Yogi?
I was in a daze.
The gun fired once?
Yes. I think after I threw it, I lost consciousness. Since then, they've echoed in my head every day. That gunshot and that horrible scream.
The scream. Love that painting. To this day?
Yes, I can practically hear it now. I doubt I will ever forget that scream as long as I live.
There it is. One part of that testimony clearly contradicts the evidence, but I don't know what it means. I better find out, and quick. A single gunshot. Strange. Murder weapon was fired twice, though. Maybe it comes from not only his survivor's guilt, but that he can't pay for what he thinks happened, and so as an adult, he tried to redeem himself by getting all the bad. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. That's definitely part of it. Between that and also just like growing up under Von Karma's tutelage. Are you sure you only heard one gunshot?
Yes, I'm sure of that. I heard the shot and the scream. Then everything faded. I was unconscious until the rescuers came.
I see.
Ow. Fuck. Ow. I'm so sorry if you could hear that. Just whacked my hand on the corner of my desk. No, Your Honor. Unfortunately, you don't. Look at this file one more time. This plainly contradicts the witness's testimony.
I won't read it. You do enjoy dragging out that file, don't you? I don't accept this evidence unless you can tell us what page it's on. Which page contradicts Miles Edgeworth's testimony?
Do you not know how to read? Is that it? Look at the victim data in this file. It says it quite plainly. The murder weapon was fired twice. Miles Edgeworth only heard one gunshot. Yet the murder weapon was fired twice. I'll be fine. I was just like, ouchie. I'm always ramming my hands into shit. I don't have good depth perception, I'm just very clumsy. The first shot was in the accidental firing when the pistol was thrown. So, who fired the remaining shot?
Was there perhaps another shooter who fired that second shot?
Your Honor, as I'm sure you're aware, this incident occurred 15 years ago. The evidence is dated. The pistol did fire twice. However, we do not know when that second shot was fired. It may have been fired the day before the incident. There is no proof that the second shot had anything to do with this incident.
I don't know, drag Yanni Yogi back and see if he remembers. What?
I see. You do have a point, Mr. Wright. The murder weapon was fired twice, as we have heard. One of those shots was fired by the defendant, a boy at the time. Do you have any proof that the other shot fired had something to do with the case?
Do we? I think we do. Your Honor, I think I will be able to show you proof. I think.
What? Impossible.
Now, Mr. Von Karma. Save your surprise for after you've seen the evidence. This guy bluffs a lot. Very well, Mr. Wright, show us your proof. Do you have evidence that the second firing of the pistol is related to this incident?
I think it has to be this, because, like, okay, very, very unlikely that, because there's that bullet hole in the elevator glass, and then the bullet hole, and then the, like, Gregory Edgeworth having been shot. It would be very unlikely that he happened to be standing in such a way that it projected through both. So we can assume, right? That's what I think. Look at this photograph.
This is a photograph of the scene of the crime 15 years ago.
Yeah, sorry, Edgeworth, you do have to see this in the end, huh?
I can see that the victim lying there is Gregory Edgeworth.
This proves the murder was fired twice at the time of the incident. This photo proves it.
So let me get this straight. This photo proves 2 shots were fired. Where?
Your Honor, please, get a clue. Yeah, the bullet was on his body, so could the bullet have gone through yeah. Show the judge the contradiction in the photo. Look at this photograph. Look at this bullet hole. As should be obvious, the contradiction is here.
I see. A bullet hole in the door.
Your Honor. Let me take a little sippy. Gregory Edgeworth was killed by a shot from the pistol. Yet there is also a bullet hole in the elevator door. We also know that the murder weapon was fired twice. Thus, someone other than Edgeworth fired that second shot.
Order! Mr. Wright, what are you driving at?
I'm glad you get a kick out of it. It's just like, It's one of those cultural things that just becomes so embedded in your brain. It's simple, Your Honor. At the time of the incident, 2 shots were fired. One went into Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other hit the elevator door. Remember that the defendant lost consciousness after the shot he fired rang out. In conclusion, we must agree that the second shot was fired by someone else.
Mr. Wright, but who could that someone else be?
The murderer, of course.
I knew I should have stepped in before your wild fantasies got out of hand. Mr. Wright, look once more at the DL6 incident case file. Look closely. Try the case summary page.
The case summary? That's on page 1.
Look what is written there. Not a single clue was found on the scene. If the pistol had indeed been fired 2 times, then the other bullet would have been discovered on the scene.
He does have a point.
That second bullet has never been found. Why? Because the second bullet does not exist. The bullet that claimed Gregory Edgeworth's life was the one fired by his own son. That is the truth of this matter. The whole truth. It was undoubtedly something else that made that bullet hole in the door.
Okay, but here's the thing, right? So if it were, if the bullet hole had existed previously to this incident, they wouldn't have run out of oxygen. They still would have had low oxygen, but they wouldn't have run out, right? And because they had an air hole. Or at least they wouldn't have run out as soon as they did, right? I can't see your full, hold on, I need to see your full comment, because the stupid little heart thing is in the way. How do I get rid of that? It's so annoying. Annoying. Yeah, so the bullet had to have been formed either during the incident or the bullet hole had to have been formed either during the incident or after. Ah, there we go. Cállese. Cállese, viejo baboso. What is baboso? I bet it's a swear. Teach me Spanish swear, please.
Order! I will have order. Mr. Wright has proven one thing to us quite clearly.
Yeah, they would have been able to try. That's a really great point. They would have been able to try to break more of the glass to get air if there was already the integrity of the glass was already damaged.
That the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident.
It's a less aggressive way to say idiot. Lately, I cannot stop saying estúpido to myself. I don't remember a lot of Spanish because unfortunately I don't use it as much anymore. But that one came back.
However, as Mr. Von Karma says, the second bullet fired was not found. It is highly unlikely that the police merely overlooked this second bullet.
I also learned Mexican Spanish. I don't know if that matters in that using that word. Thanks.
So all we have is the single bullet fired. I'm afraid I have to discount the defense's claim.
I praise the judge for his wisdom in this matter.
Gah, how did this happen? I don't believe that the second bullet didn't exist. Was I wrong? Are you gonna tell me that I'm wrong? She came down in a bubble, dog. Grow up. Have I been wrong about this whole incident?
What are you doing, Nick? Why aren't you raising an objection?
I'm sorry, Maya.
What?
It looks like I was wrong. Oh, the Latino American Spanish. More colorful in their swears. Yeah, it's really interesting. I don't know that many swears in other languages, even though I've like touched on a lot, like scheiße, ksa, shimatta. There's other slurs that I won't say that I know in Japanese, but I would not say them because they are slurs. Pablo. Yeah, I don't really know that many, like, Shiba. Yeah.
I don't know.
It looks like I was wrong.
Nick?
If the second bullet wasn't there, then all my conjectures are for nothing.
No. But you said you'd do it, Nick. You said you'd get Edgeworth declared innocent.
I'm sorry. It's just, when I saw the photograph, I thought that 2 shots had been fired. I was so certain of it. I thought I'd won. I thought there was another person, someone else who fired the killing shot. But now, I was wrong to think that it could be that simple. This case has stood unsolved for 15 years.
Nick?
Well, it seems that we have finally cleared up this incident. Only 1 bullet was found at the scene of the crime.
I do know what that means. Being white, it's not something I personally experienced, but I've heard it. Yeah, only 1 bullet was found at the scene of the crime.
That shot was fired by Miles Edgeworth.
Precisely.
I would like to ask one thing of Mr. Miles Edgeworth before passing my verdict. Have you been paying attention to the trial so far?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any objections?
No. No, I do not.
So you killed your father, though that was not your intention?
Yes, I did.
No. He's accepted the guilt.
Very well. The statute of limitations on the murder of Gregory Edgeworth runs out today. Therefore, I must pronounce a verdict on the defendant today, right here.
Right now.
Indeed. Does anyone have any objections?
I do. I support you in that. I think just once is enough for Edgeworth, but for Von Karma, you shoot them out of like a little grenade launcher. Pow, 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 pow. I've been here before. It's just like my first day in court. There are so many things I know I should be saying, but my mind's gone blank. I can't find the words.
Mr. Wright?
I have an objection. I do. Objection! Your Honor. I object.
Mr. Wright, on what grounds do you object?
Nick?
I don't know. His case is perfect.
No.
Ah, it must exist. The second bullet. What? What did you just say?
Nothing.
The second bullet must exist? But where? Someone took it.
It seems waiting is not going to produce us any answers from Mr. Wright.
Wait, Your Honor. The second bullet. It existed.
What? But we've just heard proof that it did not exist.
I realize that, Your Honor. I'm really grasping here. It's just someone took it from the scene of the crime. That's what happened.
But who?
The murderer.
The murderer. Then tell us just who is this murderer?
I'm still thinking about that one. Working on it.
So the criminal took the second bullet. But why?
Huh? Chocolate launcher. 3,000 shots. Shoots over 100 chocolates per minute. Pew, 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 pew.
First of all, how would they have found it? It's not easy to find a stray bullet, Mr. Wright. Was there some pressing need for the murderer to search for that bullet?
Of course there was a need. That's why they took it.
What possible reason could they have had?
Well, the reason the murderer took the bullet away from the scene with them is... maybe they thought that the bullet would be used as proof?
Proof?
It was a special bullet, so they took it with them.
If that was the case, then they should have taken the bullet from inside Gregory as well.
Huh?
Why would they only take one of the 2 shots fired?
Oh, right.
Mr. Wright, have you really thought this through? I'm going to have to penalize you.
I'm sorry. This isn't going so well. Was there some pressing need for the murderer to search for that bullet? I'm gonna say no, actually. Why would the murderer have spent the time to look for that stray bullet? I haven't got a clue.
What's wrong, Mr. Wright?
Special bullet. Bullet for my Valentine, in fact.
Bah! The murderer had no reason to take that bullet. You don't want to admit it, but it's true.
Ugh. Had to take it. Had to take it? The murderer? What does that mean? You're thinking too normal. Think crazy. Don't think why the bullet was taken. Think why the bullet had to be taken.
Mr. Wright!
Yes, Your Honor. I have no idea what I'm doing. Well, the murderer had no intention of taking the bullet from the scene. But, the murderer had to take that bullet.
Had to, Mr. Wright. What do you mean?
Well, for instance what? Maybe the bullet, hit the murderer?
The bullet hit the murderer.
Just saying. For instance. I mean, if it hit you, you would have to take it with you, wouldn't you? It's not like you could perform surgery right there. You know? Edgeworth is like... If I make it out of this, I'm going to murder him and then marry him. Wait a second. I was just talking off the top of my head, but what if that's what really happened?
Let me get this straight. So at the time of the murderer themselves was shot, and they left with the second bullet still inside of them, thus leaving only 1 bullet at the scene of the crime?
Yes. I guess that's how it would work. Yes.
But there's a problem with that. The other 2 people rescued from that elevator, Miles Edgeworth and Yanni Yogi, were both unharmed.
I'm going to marry a mad and dead man. Edgeworth's like, I may not have committed a murder after all, but I'm about to. He's like, unfortunately, I love you.
So that would mean...
The murderer came from outside. Yes. Damn. That opens up a suspect list. The 2 men fight inside the elevator. Trying to stop them, the boy picks up the pistol at his feet and throws it. The pistol discharges, and the bullet goes through the elevator door and hits the murderer outside. The boy loses consciousness. Then the murderer opens the elevator door and sees the men inside. I didn't kill that man. I didn't kill that man, but I'm gonna kill this other man.
Mr. Wright, you are truly the most unpredictable defense attorney I've ever known. I can tell you're grasping, yet I cannot deny the possibility of what you say.
What are you saying? Deny it. Deny it. No one involved with the incident was wounded. There was no murderer.
No one was wounded at the time of the incident. He's right. I can't think of anyone.
Hey, Nick.
Huh?
I just thought of something really crazy.
Crazy? Like crazier than what we've been doing?
Yeah, like remember what Mr. Grossberg said yesterday?
Gregory Edgeworth dealt a blow to his perfect trial record.
Wow.
It must have been quite a shock for Von Karma. He took a vacation for several months after that, you see. Yes, an unusual event for the man. That was the first and the last vacation he's taken in many years of prosecuting.
What if Von Karma didn't take that vacation because of shock?
But took it because he was injured.
Which would mean
It could only mean one thing.
he was the murderer in the DL6 incident.
He was the man who shot Gregory Edgeworth.
It was Von Karma.
Oh man.
Something wrong, Mr. Wright. You seem dazed.
No, Your Honor.
Well, you haven't indicated the possibility that the murderer came from outside. Can you give us the name of your suspect?
You're not gonna believe me. I need to pop. It won't pop. My back won't pop, guys. Uh-oh. Should I come out? Yes. Everyone already knows. Should I come out and say it now? Why wait? Your Honor, there is a suspect. One lone suspect.
Well, this is certainly interesting news. Very well, Mr. Wright. Who is your suspect?
My hands are shaking. What? Von Karma. Von Karma.
You mean the Von Karma, the prosecutor? The one standing right over there? You don't object.
I see no need. Why honor this ridiculous outburst with my objection?
Because you took a vacation for several months starting the day after the incident. Yet you pride yourself on a perfect record. Why would you take such a long vacation without any reason?
So you're claiming that I took a vacation to heal my injury from the incident? Fascinating. Prove it. I would have needed surgery, no? Where did I go under the knife at, Mr. Wright? Bring the doctor that operated on me. Have him testify.
Nick, let's find out who his doctor is.
It's no use.
Edgeworth? It's no use! Sorry.
I know Von Karma, perhaps too well. He's perfect. He wouldn't leave clues. He probably didn't undergo surgery. That would leave a doctor as a witness.
Nobody's that perfect.
So what, Nick? Did Von Karma pull the bullet out by himself? That's insane!
No, he couldn't have. You can't just pull bullets out of yourself. Wait. What does that mean? That bullet has to be somewhere, but where? Hold on, I'm just saving again.
Well, Mr. Wright, can you produce evidence to prove that I was shot?
I think I can. Alright, Von Karma. I'll prove it. And I'll even use evidence. I know how you like it so much.
What? The evidence that...
Well, the evidence that proves Von Karma was shot is... Von Karma is perfect. He wouldn't risk surgery, leaving an evidence trail. So then I ask, where is that bullet now? I think it unlikely that Von Karma performed surgery on himself. If he did, like, props to him. He kind of deserves to get away with it.
You don't mean?
I do. There was the possibility that the bullet is still inside Von Karma.
Is that even possible? For all these years?
Wouldn't he get some kind of, like, metal poisoning? Real talk. Like, can someone look that up? Nem? You're always Googling shit for me. Can someone get like poisoning from having a bullet in their body for that long? Well, there's one way to find out. We could use this metal detector. Well, Von Karma, I'm going to run this over you and see what we find. Oh. He hates that.
I refuse.
You refuse? But refusing this means you acknowledge that the bullet is still inside you.
Depends on the metal the bullet's made of, yeah.
Order! Order! Order!
Your Honor, the defense requests that we be allowed to use the metal detector. Yeah, Gumshoe really came in clutch. Gumshoe's the one who helped save Edgeworth, let's be real.
Judge, I call for suspension of this trial. This is an invasion of privacy.
Statute of limitations runs out on this case today. It was you who said we had to end it right here, right now.
Enough! I permit the use of the metal detector. Mr. Von Karma, you will submit yourself to testing.
Nick, what does this mean?
I don't know, but we have to give it a shot. Loud noise. I wonder what percentage of bullets had lead in them back in this like 2016 when this or no 2001 when this happened. It reacted. Something's inside his right shoulder. The bullet. Mr. Von Karma. Normally a bullet can get encapsulated in yeah. Gets worn down. Like, I know scar tissue will like build around it because that's something that happened to people who were in the bombings in Hiroshima and Nagasaki and probably other ones as well, but like this is the one I studied, so this is what I know, is that pieces of glass would get lodged inside their bodies and scar tissue would form around it, and they would call them pearls because like when they removed it from the body, it would look like just a giant pearl of, but it was like scar tissue, but it was the color of a pearl. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, it's crazy.
You. It was you. I was afraid this would happen, and so I remained silent. Indeed, there is a bullet in my shoulder. However, it has nothing to do with this incident.
What?
I was shot in the shoulder long before the DL6 incident. I claim that the bullet in my shoulder has no relation to DL6.
I'm about to put another bullet in you, to be honest.
But, Mr. Von Karma, can you prove that?
Prove? I have no obligation to prove anything. It is Mr. Wright who must prove something here, not I.
Mr. Wright? Well, can you prove it? Can you prove that the bullet in Von Karma's shoulder was from DL6?
I mean, not right now. Not right this second. Unless you give me a knife to dig into him.
You don't have any... Well, of course he can't. You don't have any of the DL6 evidence.
That's because you took it out of the records room yesterday, you cunt!
With no proof, you cannot convict me of any crime. So sorry, Mr. Wright.
No. I'm the one who's sorry, Mr. Von Karma.
What?
You were close. One day away from freedom. But you see, I have proof.
What?
Who would have thought you would dig your own grave trying to convict Edgeworth? I can link that bullet in your shoulder to the DL6 incident. And here's my final proof.
That's a bullet.
Where did you get that?
This is the bullet used in the DL6 incident. This was taken from the heart of the victim, Mr. Gregory Edgeworth. The bullet is preserved quite nicely, with all the ballistic markings intact. Ballistic markings? Fingerprints of a gun. You may recall the term. It came up in the first trial 2 days ago.
Ballistic markings are the fingerprints of a weapon. All bullets fired from a gun are marked with that weapon's unique pattern. By examining the markings, you can tell which weapon fired the bullet. It's quite accurate.
We have 2 bullets in our possession. One, the bullet removed from Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other, Mr. Von Karma, is the bullet buried in your shoulder. Teamwork does make the fucking dream work. Let's go, Maya. We could analyze both bullets. Then, if the markings matched, we would know that both bullets had been fired from the same gun. And if it's not, win-win for you, Mr. Von Karma. You get a bullet out of your shoulder. Congratulations. The very same pistol. In other words, the murder weapon that killed Gregory Edgeworth. Mr. Von Karma, you will let us remove the bullet from your shoulder. Then we'll compare the ballistic markings to those on this bullet. And solve this case once and for all. Well, Mr. Von Karma. That scream. I've heard that scream before. Wait, I know. Help! I can't breathe. Quiet. I said quiet. You're not making this any easier. Stop breathing my air. I'll stop you. Stop breathing my air. Get away. Get away from my father. It's that scream I heard in the elevator 15 years ago. Von Karma, it was you who screamed.
Mr. Von Karma. Edgeworth! Only you would dare to find me!
So, it was you.
You and your father are my curse! Your father shamed me with a penalty on my record. And you left a scar on my shoulder that would never fade. I'll bury you! I'll bury you with my bare hands! Death! Death!
15 years earlier.
Chief Prosecutor, I'm sorry.
Von Karma, it's not like you to make this kind of error. I never would have thought that Edgeworth would be the one to catch you.
I was careless. I'm doing the wrong voice.
I'm sorry, but you will have to be penalized. I've covered for you in the past, but not this time.
Edgeworth.
He's so crazy.
It was a shock like none I had ever known. Me, penalized. It took hours for me to regain my composure. Suddenly, I found myself in the darkness. I was in the court records room. I must have wandered in there without thinking where I was going. The room was pitch black. The lights must have gone out. I went out into the hall and felt my way to the elevator. I pressed the button, but nothing happened. Then, there was a noise. I was in pain. Horrible burning pain in my shoulder. Just then, the lights came back on. The elevator door opened before my eyes. I saw 3 people inside, all lying unconscious from oxygen deprivation. Much to my surprise, a pistol lay at my feet. I knew then it was destiny. In his last moments, Gregory Edgeworth was still unconscious. He died, never knowing who had shot him. Later, he spoke through a medium, blaming Mr. Yogi. He was fooled. It was the perfect crime.
Who would have thought another man would have come to open that elevator door? Judge!
What?
What are you doing? Do your job. Bring an end to this miserable charade. Now, end it.
Very well. It appears that we have come a very long way to the end of this maze. Jesus Christ. 15 years later. Mr. Miles Edgeworth,
Yes, Your Honor.
you were innocent. You are innocent.
In his head, he don't think so. I'm so sorry.
As you said, it was all a nightmare.
Yes, Your Honor.
At least he lost, and like he knows that he lost, and then kind of accepts it, right?
This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth. Hot, milky, again. That is all. This court is adjourned.
We did it. Edgeworth is okay. And nothing bad will ever happen again to any of us.
Nick! Nick, we did it! Did you see his face? Von Karma looked even paler than usual.
Hey, be nice.
He's pretending to be all cool, but inside you crushed him, Nick! Crushed! I gotta say, I'm impressed.
It was pretty close, though. I was sure we'd had it.
I know, I was on the verge of tears the whole time myself.
Yeah, if he hadn't thrown the gun, maybe his father would have survived, yeah.
But now it's all just a good memory.
Good? Good? So, it's finally over, Edgeworth. Right. Yeah?
I'm not sure how to say this.
I know! Try thank you. And here's my number. And see you outside of court, maybe?
I see. Thank you, Wright.
You're welcome.
I think you could have done it better than that. Do it a fucking again!
Sorry, I'm not good at this sort of thing.
You got a lot to learn, Edgeworth.
She's like,
Every gay man needs a lesbian sidekick to help them. I can be yours.
He's like, no, I actually already have one, technically.
she's got you there. Whoop! Amazing, pal. You. My voice is shot. My voice is cracking like crazy. Amazing, pal. You pulled through just like I thought you would. I'll never forget this. I owe you one, pal. And tonight, let's party. Dinner's on me. Yeah, my salary went down a bit this month, but who cares?
See, Mr. Edgeworth, you should take a lesson from Detective Gumshoe. That's how you say thank you.
Want to get coffee someday? I love this. The little emoji. That's so cute. Oh my god, protect Gumshoe forever, for real, for real.
I see.
Whoop!
I feel foolish.
Don't worry, take it a little at a time. You'll get used to it.
It's been 15 years since I've seen Edgeworth this unguarded. Now kiss.
Hey, y'all. Oh, bet you forgot about me. Lana! Y'all were great in there.
Thank you.
Yo, Edgeworth, congrats.
Thank y'all very much. I wonder if this was a Olkini? Or if, like, I don't know. Because, like, I think I mentioned this before on stream, but, like, arigato. Arigato? Like, arigato? I can't do it because it's, like, against the pitch that I've been taught. But, like, that's hard to express in just a visual novel, so I wonder if she was like, or if he said "okini" or some other. I wonder. I can't wait to play this in Japanese and find out.
I knew you were innocent from the start, of course. Just look at you. You wouldn't stick your hand in the cookie jar even if no one was there.
Oh, it's so true.
You were the witness on the first day of the trial, weren't you?
Yeah, well, let bygones be bygones, eh?
Speaking of which, what are you doing now, Lava? Sorry, I can't stop wanting to belch.
Who, me? Oh, I went back to college. I gave up trying to be an investigative photographer pretty quick.
Really? That's too bad.
Huh? Isn't that the hot dog guy from the park?
Huh? It's over, Nick! My life is over! Oh, why the sad face, Larry? What happened now? Oh, Nick, I'm not long for this world. You don't look sick. It's Kianse! She's going to live in Paris! Paris, Nick! She's leaving me behind! Should have seen that coming. Yo, Edgy, there you are! Yes, here I am. Congrats, Edgy! Here, a little gift from me in celebration. Celebration? That's unusual for you. Hairy butts, you come along tonight too, my treat, pal. Huh? Thanks, looking forward to it. Yo, Nick, that's the suit that questioned me. When he says treat, that's like not police talk for prison food, right? Right? I think you'll be fine, Larry. Right. Yeah? What's up? That envelope Larry gave me, it's got money in it. Well, yeah, that's not that strange. People give money away to celebrate sometimes. It's $38, right? Huh. What a weird amount. I mean, it's not a little, but it's not a lot either. $38 exactly?
Nick! Wasn't that exactly the amount of lunch money that was stolen from Mr. Edgeworth in school?
$38. No. No! Larry, it was you! What are you so surprised about, Wright? Huh? Larry was absent that day from school, right? But that doesn't automatically rule him out as a suspect. What? Think back to that day 15 years ago. Larry took the day off, but he was bored, so he came into school anyway. Then he saw the money lying there, and the rest is history. I was never good at history. Edgeworth, you didn't know, did you? I had suspected. I just couldn't picture Larry protecting you like he did that day. Everyone else was saying you did it. The whole class was against you, remember? Yeah, too well. Right, you may not know this, but we used to have a saying back in school. When something smells, it's usually the butts. I know! Really, Right. I'm surprised you didn't figure that out. Well, this sure is an unexpected turn of events, eh? Edgeworth. You should have told me!
Now, Nick, it was 15 years ago! Don't you think the statute of limitations has run out, Mr. Edgeworth?
I'd say so, yes. There you have it! Can I have that $38 back then? Where does that leave me? I became a defense attorney because of what you two did. That's your problem to work out in therapy. Well, you have always been something of an insufferable emotionalist. Yeah, and you get worked up too easily, too. Death. The death sentence for both of you. Man, if only I had known I would become a prosecutor. The same goes for me, only the other way around. For the longest time, I thought that I might have killed my own father. I thought I might be a criminal. I became a prosecutor in part to punish myself. If I had known the truth, I might have become a defense attorney after all. Edgeworth. Want to switch, right? They're funny. I love them being normal with each other. It doesn't happen as much in the trilogy. It's not usually till the later games, but I love them just getting to be normal with each other. Like I ship them to death. Don't misunderstand me. I ship them to fucking death. But I also love seeing them be best friends. who happen to be irreparably, horribly, undeniably in love with each other, but they're best friends, you know? And I love a pair of best friends. Go stupid, go crazy. Hey y'all, line up, I'll take a photo. Switch? Yeah, they are the switchiest pair. It's so funny how much Phoenix's attitude toward Larry changes after this. That's so true, Nim. I didn't really think about that.
Hey, photo time, let's go!
And after that, dinner on me! They go get hot dogs or some like really cheap shit. Detective Gumshoe took us out on the town that night. They got lit. We celebrated Edgeworth's newfound freedom, even though Edgeworth himself was still in detention. God, that's early. Whoa, I went a little overboard yesterday. My head hurts. Huh? It's still only 5. Maybe I should go back to sleep. What's this? A letter?
Good morning, Nick. You were really impressive yesterday. Seeing you, it made me think about what I'm doing here. I'm a spirit medium. In training, of course. I wanted to help Mr. Edgeworth, too. I wanted to help you. But I couldn't. I was useless. So I've decided to go back to my training. I'll become a full-fledged spirit medium for starters. I couldn't say it to your face, so I left this letter. Goodbye, Nick.
Goodbye? What time is it? The first trains for the mountains have already left. To the station. I guess I'm too late.
Hey! Nick!
Maya! So, you're leaving?
Yeah. It's hard being a spirit medium who can't talk to spirits. And I think you'll do fine without me, Nick. Be good, okay?
Oh. Wait!
What?
I never could have saved Edgeworth without your help.
Huh?
On the last day of the trial, I heard her. I heard Mia's voice.
You heard my sister?
Yes, only her voice, but still. It was at the very end, when I thought we'd lost everything.
Oh, that's my sister for you. Detective Gumshoe helped, and Mr. Grossberg, and even Larry. I'm the only one who couldn't help. I was useless, Nick.
But you were the one who stopped Von Karma, Maya.
Huh? I didn't do anything! All I did was wander around in a daze.
Sorry, but I have evidence that you helped.
Evidence?
Show Maya some evidence to cheer up, you fucking idiot.
A bullet?
Von Karma was convinced he had taken all of the evidence pertaining to DL6. But you were the one who rescued the last piece of evidence we needed. This was the bullet that put an end to Von Karma. And you were the one who gave it to me.
Nick?
Thanks, Maya. I couldn't have done it without you.
I'll be back soon.
Huh?
I'm going to complete my training and come back.
Okay. I'll be waiting.
Of course you will. You can't run that office by yourself. You're hopeless.
I don't know about that.
So, this is it.
See you soon, Maya.
Thanks, Nick.
Baby! And so my story ends. Time to turn a new page. And say goodbye to the novice defense attorney that I once was. Now a new story begins. With the same old crazy cast of characters. Ha!
Don't think you've graduated yet, amateur.
Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to rethink that claim?
Yes, Your Honor. Uh-oh, I got a bad feeling about this. Yay! Thank you, Shu Takumi. You're so powerful. Hey, pal. Mr. Edgeworth came down to the precinct to wish me a happy new year. Talk about a pleasant surprise. Whoop! Detective Gumshoe! Then he hung his head low and went right back outside. Kinda like he was embarrassed or something. Strange, huh? Oh, you're just in time for the credits. I'm so sorry. Suikane sensei. I love you.
Huh? Nick? Nah, I haven't seen him lately. Who, me? I've been working at a cheese shop. Missy's a nice lady, but she's not exactly what you call a cheap date. Huh? Oh, she's in Hawaii right now, yeah. Oh, right. Yes, I remember him. I hear he's been busy lately. You know, not to ring my own bell, but I sort of taught him everything he knows. I'm sure he's grateful.
Phoenix Wright? Ah, the defense attorney for whom I wrote that affidavit for, yes! Oh, you should know I've taken over management of the Gatewater Hotel recently. Should you be in the area, please stop by. No, I don't think I will.
Oh, it's you. Phoenix Wright. Ah, yes, me as understudy, was he not? Ah, I wonder how he's doing. Haven't seen him of late. Ah, the days of my youth. Like the scent of fresh lemon, you see.
I really want to know what that shit is about. Thanks for this banger soundtrack.
Phoenix Wright. Is he an actor? Well, I'm not buying it. You can't be a star with a name like Phoenix. Did you know that they're finally putting some Hammer's old movie on DVD? One of the boxes everything that they have to keep it straight.
Oh, Marge, I'm pleased to announce The Pink Princess is a hit. I'm sure I owe that Mr. Wright a great deal. Oh, I'm keeping my face out of the public eye till the show's over. I wouldn't want to ruin any kid's dreams, you know.
I got a letter from Maya the other day. It sounds like she caught a cold standing under a waterfall. I wanted to visit, but didn't have time, so I sent her some Pink Princess trading cards. She says she can't buy them where she is. What kind of place is she living at, anyway?
We'll find out in the next game. How about? Didn't mean for that to rhyme.
Right? Who's that? You want to talk? Let's talk Pink Princess, alright? But, you know, I snuck into the studio the other day, and I saw her, the one inside the Pink Princess suit. Ugh, what a dog. It was kind of a shock for a boy of my tender age.
That's really funny. I'll have to look that up. Yeah, I remember Wright, that lawyer guy. Me? I'm in training to become a paranormal photographer. You know that picture I took of everyone? Well, just behind them, there's a ghost. For real! Now that's talent. I'm gonna be famous. Seishu no hibi wa aoi lemon no kaori. That must be some slogan. Speech to text. Aww, Edward's smiling. It's a soft smile too. Sorry. There are a lot. Let's see, Japanese keyboard. 青春の日々は青いレモンの香り。
Yes, I would like to save the progress.
All right, before stream stops, we have to figure this fucking thing out. Okay. 意味。何のこっちのタイトルです。I'm trying to figure out this catchphrase of Grossberg's, okay? So give me a second. I'm reading in my second language. If I can find out anything. He only says in the first one. Okay. 若者の活躍を見ては口癖のようにつぶやいている。Yeah, like okay, wait a minute. Hoshikage is his last name. Right? Hoshikage Seishun no Hibyo. わかんない。Do kids sell lemonade in Japan like they do here? Maybe? I don't know. Was I a kid in Japan? I don't know. No, I genuinely have no idea. That might be it, I guess. I cannot find a damn thing. Let's see, like, if I put in do you imi, if that helps. Why is that coming up in my... Admittedly, Google search is not as good as she used to be, that's for sure. Ugh, I'll have to look it up, like, in more detail later. Well... Man. What a game. We're not done. We have one more case. Episode 5, Rise from the Ashes. The only one that doesn't have the word turnabout in it. Or gyakuten. It's a long one. It is long. It's a little long. But it has some great characters in it. One in particular that I'm very fond of. Yeah. Watch be absolutely nothing. I think it might be. Actually. It might be nothing. Regardless. Yeah, Friday and Sunday we continue. If a Wednesday event pops up, I guess keep an eye open for it, but I don't think it'll be this Wednesday, just because I have some other stuff to get done. Yeah. But until then, you know the drill. You better take care of yourself. Take care of others. Be good to yourself. Be kind. Stay safe. Stay hydrated. Thanks for hanging out. And I will see you when I see you. It will be fun. Or else. Or fucking else.